I am so sorry. And then, please forgive me. You see where we're going to go with this? Okay. I did this last year with the oil spill. Remember that thing? And I talked to a lot of people about it, and there was a lot of blame them and blame them. It's the government, it's the oil company, it's the environmentalists, it's the people, it's the fishermen. Remember all that? And like, oh my God, what responsibility did I own for that happening? And the easy answer would be, of course, none. But the truth is, I hold a lot of responsibility. So I worked on this prayer to try and release any of that relationship with it and then grow from it. Okay, so here's our first part of the prayer. So first we'll take a look at the people who died in the experience. So there were people who died. And so I'll read the statement, and then you guys with me will do the 4 parts of the prayer. So for the people who died on that day, each one of them was you and me. Each one of those people was you and me. And they were expressing God in and through their experience. And they were our brothers and our sisters. Okay, so with me. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. It's okay if you want to close your eyes for that moment so you can be in touch with that heart space through the prayer. Okay. For every person who was individually and indirectly affected by 9/11, for every single person who was affected by 9/11, those people right here in Palm Springs, in the desert, and those people everywhere in the world, for everyone who was affected, each one of those people, you and us and we and them, each one of us is you and is me. Wherever they are us right here, right? Right. No separation. So each one of these people, you and me and them, we are all expressing God through our lives right here, as best we can. And each one of us are brothers and sisters. Okay, and I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. So we're releasing any of our responsibility by asking forgiveness and moving into love, knowing that we are part of the experience, no matter where they are. Okay, ready for the next one? So for the bad people, I'm in quotes please, the evildoers, I'm doing this on purpose, right? The evildoers, the terrorists, you see, I'm doing it on purpose. Those are the labels that we give to separate ourselves so we don't have to see our responsibility in their lives. That they are humans, they are our brothers and sisters, they are the same as we are in a different place. For those people, that category of people, each one of them is you and me. Please see that, I hope. No matter how bad their human experience shows itself to be, they are who we are. They are you and me. They are our brothers and our sisters. They are God expressing. So for those people, in the quotation marks, let's do our prayer. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. That's hard for a lot of people, but we know the truth, and we can speak it, and we can support it. And when we hear the opposite, we can challenge it if we choose to. Won't that be an interesting day today if you decided to challenge every one of the quotation marks every one of the bad words or the assumptions that are made about people in this experience. Okay, for the babies and the children that are growing up in this experience, for those young people who cannot possibly understand the impact that it has on their lives and will have to grow through that and release so much of it as they come into a conscious understanding of who they are. For those young children, each one of them, think of them in your mind, please. Those little babies and those young children, they're 10 and 11 and 12 now. Each one of them is you and me. They are us right here and right now. And they are God expressing. And they are our brothers and sisters, those little children. So for our part in their experience, knowing our truth now, let's do our prayer. Please forgive me. Sorry, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I went right to the please forgive me part. I am so sorry that they have to go through this experience in their lives, and that in the next 20 and 30 years they will have so much uncovering and unfolding and releasing to do about who they are as perfect, whole, and complete. And I am so sorry that they have to see anybody as an enemy. That's where my sorrow comes from. And I ask forgiveness because I'm part of that experience for them. Now, one other. For all the people that have been locked into the conflict for centuries, breathe. That's our experience as the human race right now. We're trying to move past that, right? But our experiences then, people have been locked into conflict for so much of their lives, for centuries. And it is really hard for me today in 2011 to understand that I might have some responsibility for 100 years ago. But I am connected to the one mind, the one source. And as a human being, I hope you can understand what I'm saying, as a human being right here and right now, I own part of the issue of the conflict. And I want to heal that. So all of those people over the centuries, past and present and future, I really at this moment want to ask for forgiveness for how I am part of the not perfect God expressing in their lives and my life. I want forgiveness for that. So together with me, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. Breathe. Okay. That's the starting place, I think, for healing. And we all know that asking for forgiveness is a really good place to start. Even if we don't think we're responsible or need that, that's always a good place to start. Because we're smart people and we know, please, don't we know that in every circumstance in our lives we have something to do with everything. We know it in our practice and our principle, but in our experience, don't we all know that we're implicated in every part of our lives, even if it feels far off? Okay. So a question that comes up that I think is curious, and Ernest Holmes talks about it, is why do some people have bad experiences and some people have good experiences? So we've gone through a little bit of healing together, and now I want to set an idea in motion for today to move us to actually demonstrating good. And the question comes up in this situation with 9/11 is, why does it, first of all, it feels very random, and second is, why do some people have bad things happen in their lives? This has come up in your own conversations, I'm sure, in your whole lives, like, especially when you get into science of mind. We believe that God wants to express in its perfect good, but why do some of us still experience pain and suffering or randomness? And Ernest Holmes talks about an idea, a law called the law of averages. Anyone heard of the law of averages? I learned a lot about it in my coursework. In the years of study in Science of Mind 100, 200, and even 300, it didn't come up a lot, the law of averages. And what Ernest Holmes says is that cosmic intelligence, the one mind, works through a law of averages to ensure survival of the life form. Isn't that interesting? It's being very biological and scientific.